Hello, this is Greater Good 1000 signing in with the second part of Final Fantasy I Origins. And we start off with crossing that bridge. Anyway, off screen, I leveled myself up to level 4 instead of level 3 because, well, leveling up is pretty darn important in this game. And sorry about the delay, there was some pretty stupid fuck-ups that I did. One of them was completing opening up a scene and getting some treasures before beginning this part. Anyway, we go into this cave north up of here, and we go to Mitoya's cave. Let's talk to that broom first. Flipper over, flipper, flip. El trick did not... Strats? I couldn't figure it out. The Crystalline! The Crystalline! Thump. Curses, I can't see a thing without the Crystalline. Who on earth stole it from me? Well, since we're heroes, we have to keep an eye out for such a thing. By the way, that's the place where I fucked up, actually. There was actually a scene where Mitoya actually trips. And she mentions about the Crystalline. Her dialogue is the same, it's just that you see her actually tripping. The three treasures over there weren't really that important. I believe they only contained a potion, a couple of antidotes too. I believe that's about it. So now that we talked to her, we can go ahead and... Ooh! New encounter. The new enemies, these are ogres. They usually are accompanied by another ogre, or they're usually accompanied by Gygus worms. And they're actually really important, quote unquote, because they actually give out the most money this far in the game. If you're lucky to encounter two of them, which is gonna often happen, you're gonna get around 400 gold, around 400 gil. Just try to make sure. There's a bit of a rule in Final Fantasy I. You want to make sure that all your characters are alive. If they die, it's gonna cause a bit of a problem, because let me think. Well, if they die, there's no Phoenix. Remember, there's no Phoenix Downs, and well, the Sanctuary costs money, and don't forget that they don't get EXP when they die, which is pretty bad. Actually, it's important. If you encounter like a very large groups, like more than possibly like 2-3 people, or in the possible case, 9 enemies to fight, try using Sleep 1. That spell is really important. Because firstly it targets everyone, which saves time, and the sleep is a pretty good spell. It renders them immobile for a time, for around like 1 to 3 turns. So yeah, you pretty much have time to do. You pretty much have time. Keep in mind that yeah. So, how has your Christmas break been? Mine's been fine. Oh, I forgot to forgot to edit that out. Let's run. Yeah, the flee option is. Let me get into the flee option for a little bit. Fleeing is when you flee from a battle, and jump cut, and you flee from a battle. You take every character has a chance to flee. When one character is successful to flee, well, the whole team flees. So, like, let's say you have only one character flee while the rest of them attack. If that character is successful, all the characters will run away. If not, you'll just stay. You'll also be wide open for attack, so keep that in mind. Let's see. Anyway, new encounter here we have the lizard. It doesn't look like a lizard at all, but hey, what do you know? It's so blue and all that. It's kind of ugly. These guys have, I think, 64 HP. They also kind of hurt and they have no weakness, so yeah, keep that in mind. This guy's kind of powerful at this one of the game, But, well, so is the ogres and the Gygus worms, but... I mean, look at that. He just dealt like 17 damage to goddamn over there. Just keep in mind he can also... the enemies start to become pretty darn powerful. As long as you have the right equipment, as long as you have very high levels, you're gonna breeze through this game. Not like real easily in the normal mode. Like if you're playing easy mode, well, that's gonna be really easy. Anyway, welcome to Pravoka, the port city, and the inns are actually more expensive now. Something to keep note here: the inns will get more expensive as you progress through the game. So if you want, you can go back to Cornelia to get a free heal. And, well, you get a vessel that can easily get you from place to place, so don't forget that. I mean, do you want to go to a 2-star hotel at best that costs 50 gil or 15 gil? Let's figure that one out. Anyway, Pravoka is being invaded by pirates. Since we're the heroes of light, let's go kick their asses and teach them a lesson. Look at this snazzy little fellow. Say, I don't think you know who you're talking to. Fellers, teach these guys how to respect the great pirate. Bicky? Bicky? Bike. He shall be known as Bike. Anyway, a little mini battle. 9 pirates. They all have 6 HP, and, well, the greatest fear about this one is that they have a lot of numbers. They only have 6 HP, so just throw, like, I don't know, just do anything. Just slash them, hit them with a hammer. Even Jansen can kill them in one hit. he causes paper cuts. See? Gave him a paper cut and he died. I'll be screaming. Anyway, this place also houses a bit of a tangent here, but this place also houses a new item shop. Every new town that you go to, level up. And every new town that you go to always has a new shop to get items. There are new magic, new equipment, new items, and we kicked his ass. Oh, I'm so sorry, sirs. We'll do no bad from now on. I swear. Here, take my ship. Ship. We get a potato ship. Oh, we got our very first potato chip. Here, take my chip. No bad deeds. Anyway, the pirate Bike is now a good guy. Won't do no bad, sirs. Anyway, new thing you can buy are tents. They restore a lot of HP, and they can only, just like the sleeping bags, they restore HP and allow you to save. Only used outside. New in the armor shop, you want to buy that steel plate. That steel plate looks really damn sexy. Anyway, leather shield to make yourself even more sexy, and some leather gloves for your equipment. Leather gloves for everyone. Leather gloves can be equipped by anyone except the fighter. Because, well, I think metal gauntlets are more better than leather gloves for a warrior. Anyway, now that we've saved Pravoka from the evil bandits, actually, if you don't kill the bandits, the pirates, most of the shops are locked, if you let them live. Anyway, magic here, you get Lamp, Silence, Nullbolt, and Invis. They both cost 400 a pop, so make sure you spend your money well. Also, I forgot to mention this, but prices become reduced when you play the easy mode or when you're playing the PSP. The prices are actually, I think they're 250 in this place instead of 400. In the Black Magic shop, you get Ice, Fog, Steel, and Slow 1. Really good, actually. Let me think. I'll explain the spells later. Anyway, we can also go to the weapon shop, and we get into some weapons for the warrior. You get a broadsword, a battle axe, and a scimitar. Don't buy the scimitar unless you have no, actually, I think no, I'm mistaken. Scimitars can be wielded by thieves and I think red mages, which at least give them a better damage than daggers. And let me get into the weapons. There are two weapons. There is a broadsword and there is that battle axe. The battle axes are more powerful, but they hit less often than the broadsword. The broadsword hits more often, but has less damage. By like 1 point of attack. So anyway, let's pick your poison. Anyway, let's go see that potato chip. Look at that salty goodness. Anyway, there is a bit of a secret that you could abuse. Just stay in place in your ship, hold X, and tap circle 55 times. The screen closes in the back, and you get to play 15 puzzle. And it's going to take a really long time. Let me explain how this puzzle works. Your ship, you have pieces from 1 to 15, and there's one empty space, and you have to shuffle these pieces to the order of 1 to the order of 1 to 15. Like, for example, see the red spaces? See when the numbers actually glow red? That's the correct places on where the numbers are actually supposed to be. And you can't lift these tiles too, so you can't actually break the game through that way. Because if you're allowed to lift pieces, then well, what the hell? This isn't a game at all. So, the way I don't really have any advice to help with this. It all just comes down to like practice and experience. So just make sure to okay. So I don't really have any advice. Just play this as much as you can. So you can get rewards for this. And yes, this is a mini game, so you can get rewards. For the rewards, you have to beat a certain time limit. See the time limit on the right side? If you can beat a certain time, you're rewarded with a good amount of with a gil. Yeah, that's what you get. You're just given gil, and if you reach a certain record, you get items too, and a hefty amount of gil. If you complete this mini game, you get 100 gil. That's your default. 100 gil doesn't sound bad, but if you actually beat the third record, which is 6 minutes, which I actually do with this recording, you get 2,000 gil. No, an extra 2,000 gil. You also get 1,000. You have to get 100 gil and a potion. Beat the second record, which is 4 minutes, and you get 5,000 gil, 100 extra gil, a potion, and an antidote. If you actually set a new record with under 2 minutes, you actually can get 10,000 gil, 10,000 gil, a potion, a gold needle, and an antidote, and a potion, and 100 gil. There. Those are all the records. Just keep doing this. All you need is experience, and all you need is experience for this. And trust me, you can play this as much as you want. See? Potion and 100 gil. The third record is 2,000 gil. So you can play this as much as you want. And, well, just pass me to do this again. Okay, this is taking too long.
2 hours later.
Well, that was better. Alright, so this was the second record. 4 games. You can actually just leave, and that'll count as a loss. That doesn't really do anything other than detriment your record. Anyway, now that I have a lot of freaking money, I can finally buy those magic, and I can finally buy that steel plate. The magic in this, the white magic, oh right, there's one more encounter I have to show you. And you get crazy horses. There are 4 of them. They're actually called Mad Ponies in the original NES. So keep that in mind. The black magic that you want to get is Ice, Slow, and Steel. Steel raises the attack of anyone that the caster casts upon by 14, which actually does make a lot of difference if the character does, a lot of hits. Ice is an ice spell, but it's generally more powerful than fire or a bolt spell. So keep that in mind. The slow spell is pretty self-explanatory. You slow down the opponents. If the opponent does multiple hits, like Oh, new enemy. You can see this goggler. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Gogglers don't actually attack. Instead, they use gaze, which paralyze you. But they have really low HP. And yes, you can actually see encounters on the sea. So slow actually slows down the amount of hits that the enemy does. White magic, I recommend Null Bolts, Lamp, and Invis 1. Invis increases the amount of increases the evasion of the white mage. It cannot be cast by other people. It cannot be cast by Josh. It cannot be cast upon Joshua, Ryu, or Jansen. So yeah, goddamn is gonna be quite the person. Let's see. Lamp cures blindness or darkness in this game. Darkness makes you blind, and it's only temporary, but I recommend it if it just gets on your nerves, because it doesn't go away until the end of the battle. And let me think. Blindness actually lowers the. It's like slow. It lowers. You cast it upon someone, it lowers their hit percentage. And it can outright miss, and the enemies can outright miss you sometimes. Let me think. The last one, I forget what the last one was. I have to look again. Anyway, new enemies, Sahagins. These guys are really annoying. They are aquatic enemies, so you're gonna miss a lot, and I mean a lot. They have high speed and high evasion, so I hope you're fast. So, but the only thing you have to figure out, the only thing that you know is that aquatic enemies are weak to lightning. Don't worry, in the next town, you're gonna get a spell that pretty much wipes the floor with them. You also encountered Shark. They're not weak to lightning, but they're actually weak to ice, because they're cold-blooded and all that. There's also an enemy here, also known as the Privateer. You want to kill those guys, because firstly, they only do physical attacks, and nothing really that special. But they actually give you like really good money. Like I believe one of them gives 150 gil, and yeah, and they appear in sixes or fours. So keep that in mind. Anyway, welcome to Elfheim, a place of elves. What do you know? Anyway, you saw that elf over there. He said, please help our prince." Apparently, in this place, it's plagued. Well, not really plagued, but the prince was cursed in a sleeping spell by a dickhead dark elf known as Astos. He's quite a card, that one. Anyway, there are also shops here, but the most important thing are the magic shops. But first, let's go to the weapon shop. There's one buy you must get, and that is, no, not the Iron Nunchaku, but that Mithril Saber. You want that item. Dagger, I couldn't really care less, but hey, it makes Jansen hit harder, and less of a pussy. But you also get Mithril Sword. That Mithril Sword is going to be with you for quite a while. Trust me, it is the most powerful weapon you can get so far. And you're not going to get a much powerful weapon for quite a while, actually. I think it's like the Crescent Lake. I'm not sure. Anyway, what makes this place important is that these places have two sets of magic shops. This place sells level 3 and level 4. Level 3, what costs 1500, has Fire 2, Bind, Bolt 2, and Focus 2. Focus 2 basically lowers evasion of all enemies. Fire 2, fire damage to all enemies. Bolt 2, does bolt damage to all enemies. And well, you saw that. May Link rest in peace. Anyway, the level 3 spells, Cure 2, Die 2, Nullfire, and Heal. These are self-explanatory. Heal is basically cure. Well, not really a cure spell, like a very weakened heal spell, but it hits all. But it hits all your not all your enemies. I can't speak today. It hits all your allies, but it's pretty weak, so I don't recommend heal 1. The later ones get really powerful. Anyway, the level 4 spells start to become really expensive. Azuna, Fear, Null Ice, and Vox. Azuna, I pretty much recommend because it heals poison. There's also a level 4 black magic shop, and it has black magic too, because this place sells haste, the best, and I say the best black magic spell. Well, black magic spell that buffs your teammates. It basically doubles the frequency of your hits. So it let's say for example Ryu hits for 2. Ryu does 2 hits. If you cast haste, now he does 4. This becomes really important. Anyway, there's nothing really important in this place. In the armor shop, that is. There is like there is a helmet for me. There's leather caps for Goddammit Jansen there. Shield for me, and copper armlet. These are basically upgraded from shirts. They're pretty much best for Goddammit Jansen there, because I believe armlets are the armor, the prime armor for casters such as white mages and black mages. So make sure you put them on. If you're gonna be really lacking in money in the money department, so don't forget about that. Anyway, that is all the time we have for part 2. We're gonna see each other again in part 3, and stick around. See you then.